Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Wilson coming to you live from the Creativity Zone. I have a challenge I've created for myself for the 25 days of Christmas to create 25 videos here with my YouTube channel that I'll be sharing with you from time to time for your remote learning. So just so you know, I've labeled this video Drawing Mrs. Wilson's Favorite Christmas Character. And in case you don't know who that is, it is the Grinch. True stories from Mrs. Wilson. This Grinch doll was given to me as a Christmas present when I was about 6 years old. So I've had this for a long time, and his eyebrows are getting kind of shabby. But what I'm going to do is point out to you that this is a great technique to learn how to get better at drawing things by looking at what you see. And I'll be drawing Mr. Grinch for you, and you can follow along my drawing and learn how. And of course, I may have a few new puppet friends to introduce you to along the way. So let's get started and get creative. If you would like to participate in this activity, which is a choice, you could go ahead and get yourself something to draw with and something to draw on, preferably a piece of paper, but use whatever you have and your imagination. And feel free to go and look for some things in your house if you have to go for what I call a scavenger hunt to find some things, as I get ready to teach you how to draw the Grinch. And so what I'm going to actually do is prep the Grinch in front of me so I can see how I can position him to look at him. So I've got some other little puppet friends in front of him, some other things here on my kitchen table, but I'm going to be looking at him just like that as I draw him. So what you can do is follow along with me. I'm just going to be using some standard white paper, and I hope that everybody is doing well. If you're interested and you're into activities related to Christmas, I think you'll enjoy this activity. So I'm about ready to get started. I'm going to turn my paper this way, though, so you can see it as I follow along. I'm just going to use a big old marker here, and I'm just going to sketch what I see. The first thing I see to draw my cool Grinch is the shape that I'll turn towards you in just a minute. That's the shape of the head or his hat. He's wearing a fun hat, as you may know from the story, The Grinch That Stole Christmas. He pretends to be Santa Claus in Whoville. If you've never seen the original, I highly recommend it. I'll move this out of the way. Okay, so you can see that that is a hat shape, and that is how I'm drawing the start of my Grinch. Then now, the Grinch has kind of an odd shaped head. He kind of has more of like a light bulb shaped head. It's kind of funny looking, so I'm drawing the shape of the head that I see. And then the one thing that really sticks out are his eyes. He's got those little pointy eyes, which you know to color yellow if you want to make them look like the Grinch. And then those big bushy eyebrows. I want to see how what I did is I just made these fun zigzags to do that. And of course, you don't have to use a marker. You can use a pencil, anything you have. And he is smiling. But, you know, if you know the story of the Grinch, you know that he's always up to something. I think one of the reasons this was my favorite story growing up was because he had a change of heart. If you've never seen the original story, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I highly encourage you for Christmas time, if you're looking for new movies to watch related to the story of Christmas and getting into the Christmas spirit, you may want to have fun and watch the original Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So he's got this fun little area here that's supposed to be the neck part of his costume. Those are the buttons of his pretend Santa Claus costume. And then what's really kind of an easy way to draw the Grinch is to look at the sections of his costume like clothing. I always try to teach kids, if you want to try to draw any person or thing that has body parts, try to draw the clothing and then plug the parts in. So there's one arm coming out like that. And I didn't draw the hands yet. I was going to do that after I drew both arms. The Grinch actually has 1 thumb and 3 fingers on each arm. Okay. And then I'm actually going to have him sitting down here. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room left on the paper, but I'm trying to draw him as I see him sitting. Give you a little view of what I'm seeing here. You may see there's my Grinch hanging out here in my kitchen. All right. Now, go back to that. Now, it's a little tricky to draw the rest of it here for you, but okay. That line's supposed to be his one leg bent in front of you. And he's got these cute little Christmas boots on. So there's one. And then that's just the rest of his body, which, again, I have him sitting. So I'm going to do some fun effects here in a few minutes to make this look a little bit more like he's sitting. And then the other thing that he has here going on is his other leg there. All right, now, the good part is to point out to you, boys and girls, that when you get better at drawing and you want to try to learn how to draw things, you don't always have to worry about them looking perfect, because there is no such thing as perfect. I definitely had fun and drew my own little drawing of the Grinch, and it's not exactly the same, but that's no big deal. I thought maybe to wrap this up, I would add my own imagination and my own creativity zone to my drawing here of the Grinch. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my paper back down. And by the way, you may notice that I'm getting in the season for the holidays with my Christmas sweatshirt. It's very heavy, actually. Anyway, I'm going to have him looking like he's sitting somewhere. And it kind of looks like a little Christmas elf. The only thing that the Grinch doesn't have is he doesn't have any ears. So, you know, you could always create a Christmas elf in the very same way by drawing that. And I'm using my imagination now based on what I remember about the story of the Grinch. The one thing I remember about the story of the Grinch is how, like the title of the book by Dr. Seuss, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, he actually stole Christmas, or tries to. So he goes down into people's homes and through the chimney. So what I'm going to do in the background is I'm going to draw I just drew a box right there, okay? Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but this is something that I thought I would give you as a choice that you could try to do. I don't think it's too hard. So what I'm doing is I'm imagining that that's a fireplace that he came down. So I'm going to draw a fireplace scene around it and up. So all I'm going to do now is make these 2 diagonal lines on top that make it look like it's getting farther away. So you can see that there's a diagonal line that goes to the left and one that goes to the right. But again, these are choices. If you've tried the Grinch and you're happy with it, you can just have fun and color it and draw other things in the background. And I cross the top there to make it look 3D. And if I just kind of slide this up, this might help. I'm going to have fun. Let's make this go all the way up. Traditionally, people's homes had a chimney where there was a fireplace, that you had a fire to keep your house warm. Nowadays, we have mostly furnaces and other types of heating systems in our houses that don't need to use the fireplaces. Unfortunately, most of the old fireplaces that heated people's homes, what happened was most of the heat just went right up the chimney. But in the spirit of Christmas, I figured I would draw a traditional fireplace here. And I just had it making it look like there's some things going on around it. Make another line behind the Grinch. And maybe make another shape here to make it look like a room. There's a window here. I'm going to make it look like it's snowing outside, or that it was snowing outside, and have a little snowman going on here. Okay, something else I could show you how to draw another time. Maybe have some big circles in the window for snow. And then I think what else would be kind of fun would for me to have some stockings hanging on the wall. But oh my goodness. Oh, silly Mrs. Wilson. Grinch. Where do people put all of the things under? Where do people put the presents? You guys know, right? Under the tree. So for this drawing, if you'd like to add any more details to it, I'm going to make it look like there is a Christmas tree in our picture too. I'm just going to make a star right there where I have room before I got carried away and put all these stockings. And I'm going to make it look like the tree is behind the Grinch. So what I'm going to do is just close down on my screen. I'm just going to make these wavy lines. It's like a zigzag line, right? There's this one part in the original cartoon, if you ever get to watch it, that's really fun because he takes this tree and he just sort of shuts it up like an umbrella, which I never forgot as a kid. I always thought that was really ironic, that it would be really great if a Christmas tree could just close that easy and open. Your parents would know what I'm talking about if they have to clean up the mess of the Christmas tree. Now, guys, I could keep going here, but as you know, this is all about your creativity and your creativity zone at home, and you can add details to your art however you want. And this drawing project was just a choice. You don't have to do that today, but I just thought I'd share for you. Fun challenge I'm doing for myself as an art teacher. 25 drawings of Christmas. So there we go. There's our Grinch friend. And what are you doing here? Oh, we have a new puppet friend that wants to visit. Another puppet friend, should I say. What are you doing here, Natalie? I just wanted to say that everybody can know that I like peanut butter for Christmas. And I have a stocking if anybody's interested. All right. Well, I guess Natalie's going to say hello in the Zoom. And we do have a new friend to introduce ourselves to. This is Tickles the Hedgehog, who's dressed up for Rudolph. All right, guys. Stay creative and see you in your Zooms. Goodbye.